So welcome back, ladies and gents, to the Battlefield EMS 1 group stages. We are in Group A. Jason has taken a vow of silence because we are starting without the 5th member of Yoki in the server, but that does not matter because we're not going to that just yet. We're going to give you an update on the brackets, so we're going to throw those up for you in just a moment's time so you can see exactly who is where. Now, obviously, we saw Fnatic claiming their first and, well, the first team to get to that final spot there. So making their way to the offline finals, that'll be Fnatic. Now we're going to find out who will be joining them, whether it be Dignitas or Yoki. Yoki got the better of #free, but I heard it was a very close game. So no easy way through here, but Dignitas certainly a tough task. And if they can manage to actually do this, they certainly deserve their place there. But still, not an easy kind of game coming up for these guys. Certainly a lot going to be on their minds here, Jason. I give up.
Are they in? Are they in?
No.
I am very mad at our producer then, because he was like, guys, we're going to go in. And we're like, no.
Do you know what? Before we go in, though, we can have a little talk about the offline finals, because you already know Fnatic are there, right?
We could.
We can talk about the offline finals, because if you guys live in Germany or anywhere near Cologne for that kind of thing, we're just going to mute Jason right now.
I was going to mute you, actually.
Don't do that. So if you
I'm
do
looking
live
at Twitch chat, and they're like, please, guys, please.
They are actually on the server, but still, let's get back to the topic of tickets. Now, if you do live anywhere near Cologne or anywhere near Germany, it's pretty easy to get here. You should consider coming down to the offline finals because it is a pretty awesome thing. And for this week only, you get a 50% discount on the tickets that are listed just below. So make sure you head down there and check it out. Oh, look at that presentation. You could be like those air stewardesses, like the X's are here, here.
I was thinking actually a hand model. You know?
Oh, wow. Do you have soft hands? I don't want to touch that right now.
It's my good hand, too.
You have a bad hand?
Let's not get into that. But we are actually ready, I think, in the server. Why are you zoomed in on China?
It was the American flag.
Are you saying China's going to take over America?
America. How would I wouldn't ever. But America doesn't have any flags on the map right now.
That's not true. Is there a moon? Because I'm pretty sure there's a flag there. Is there?
No. Okay, let's go in game, guys.
Yeah, let's just
gonna go.
Oh, we're going on my
right
screen though, so we're not going to see your beautiful.
I'm just slow panning like across. I was going to go to the American flag, but then the Chinese team capped it, which is pretty deeply saddening for me because that was my whole like introduction of you just going America. But that's been ruined. Yeah.
I thought it was America.
Yeah, fill in your own lyrics there, I think, is the way.
You know what's funny is because since we're on my screen, I can't alt tab until the admins are ready to go. Just saying, you know, not going to point any fingers, but someone should be definitely alt tabbing out and talking to the admins, especially when their screen isn't on the stream.
I just kind of tabbed out.
That doesn't look like the admins.
I was looking at my conversations.
Ooh,
we are ready.
That was interesting. I want to go back. I want to go back to reading that.
You want to read that?
Oh,
no.
Sorry.
What, with Panky and Mark Horner, two people that are not that interesting, sadly. Take that, Panky. Your observing skills are nothing. Yeah, just gonna insult them while I'm here. You know.
See, we could have avoided all of this if we just waited until Yoki had 5 people.
There's no need for that because we can go through the rosters here. If you kindly press tab, which I don't think you'll do, just to be a pain in the buttocks. We have Dignitas with Jerk, Walberg, Judeski, Juquili, and Masu. Ooh.
Wait, going too fast. Bam.
Nailed it. And for Yoki, we've got Hadrian, Zella, Benny, Bite Me, and Frantic. Now, Yoki, they've already kind of seen this sort of matchup, and it didn't go too well last time. So hopefully they've kind of gone for a little different aspect to this. And we already had a little bit of a word from Dogbert earlier saying he doesn't like the map choices in this one for Dignitas. Obviously, he's their manager, and he's drastically biased. So he's going to be keeping his eyes on this as close as possible. And I think we are just about ready to get live here, and we'll be finding out who will be joining Fnatic in the offline finals from Group A. So guys and girls, get your tweets ready, and make sure you tweet to us at They Call Me Pansy for myself and at Jay Kaplan for my incredible co-caster with your predictions. Who will be joining Fnatic in those offline finals from Group A? Will it be Dignitas? Will it be Yoki? It's down to you guys, but we will be seeing Yoki starting on the US side, and for the Chinese side, it'll be Dignitas. So I'm very curious to see if anyone's going to go for the stack from Dignitas. It's quite a commonly done thing now. We'll see maybe a suicide coming in from those guys, see if they actually go for it, but no stack, no boost. Interesting to see if they actually do go for that, because you do get the easier start towards the AB site. So interesting play so far. They might have to take the long route there, but immediately, your prediction on this one?
97-0 of Dignitas in the first map.
Damn.
If I'm actually right, I should get something. Just saying. I don't know what.
What do you want me to get you? Just have a pen, Jason.
A burrito. I want you to bring me a burrito to work tomorrow.
97-0, yeah? Was it?
All right, 97-0. Yep, but we are seeing Judetsky do his patented Judetsky style, working in through this side area. He typically goes around towards C and looks for something, and your hand just almost hit me in the face. So what do you see? Because
yoki are trying to challenge towards the long road down the side. This is a little bit different here. Benny could be in trouble. They know how Dignitas like to play. You mentioned Judetsky. He goes on that long road down. He'll come around the back on C. But already we're seeing a little bit of a kind of read here coming out from yoki. Those bullets are coming in towards Judetsky. He's been caught up and found. That's a 2-to-1 hold now in favor to yoki. They have their players set up already on that catwalk section towards the right side of B road. So I'll be interested to see if Dignitas can actually break through this one.
I'm going to find out this time. And with Dauber, as we're cast with him, he says once you hold on to this area, it's pretty much impossible to take B back on you. But Masu is going to give an attempt here. Does actually spot one man crossing over, picks up the kill on Azella. So that does open up the potential for B to be taken here. And it looks like they will be able to lock that down. Will be able to get that 2-to-1 cap back for themselves. Remember earlier on, Dignitas just completely walked over yoki, 94 and 79 in their maps, respectively.
Yeah, but look at Benny. He saw that they were losing out on these sites, went straight towards A, but a bit of an unlucky respawn coming in. Dignitas are merely steps away. Jaquili and I believe Judetsky are merely steps out of that A site, trying to break through, not having much luck here. Jaquili gets taken down, and that is a good start now for yoki, as they can at least get that A hold. They do have Bite Me kind of toying with the idea of picking up B, but now they can actually make a concerted push towards this site.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, yeah, you got A, but now you lost C. You weren't able to maintain control of B right now, and those are the two strongest areas to hold. But Dignitas don't have that big of a lead just yet. They do have 10 kills currently to the 5 of yoki. And you see, wow, they're trying to work up the side here, trying to catch Frantic off guard, and he actually might be able to do that. He, in fact, does. And that does give them this little bit of a balcony side. But in the meantime, you're seeing Baimia and also Hadrian go for a caps here. And this is going to be very dangerous for Dignitas.
Yeah, they try to hedge their bets. So they saw they were losing out on C. So, okay, let's put Judetsky. And as you saw, I think it was Wahlberg split towards A. They picked it up, but they also lost out on every other site, and they had no fire. The likes of Jerk were too busy with that C site, laying down the fire, didn't get the connections. But they should be able to convert B because they did have the catwalk. Now they just need to make sure they pin in yoki and start edging away with this lead. They have A. They've got the better side here. They've got the AB hold, but they are not set up to contain it. Look at the split already coming out. Bite Me and Hadrian splitting around towards A. Finally, we're seeing Wahlberg come back, but can he hold on to this?
I felt like Dolarco's in this game right now because this is all he did when he played on Dawnbreaker. It's just constant flanking by himself. He didn't actually go for a two-man squad here, but it's working out quite well. In the meantime, though, you see Dignitas just immediately respawn. Go for the push on the C, lock that one down, turn around anyone that was there to really hold on to this push coming in for the side. And right now, Dignitas, they just seem to have them read.
Yeah, for now, Jaquili's in a great position here. He's quite aggressively pushed up. He's going to be waiting this one out, maybe looking for a counter cap on towards A if he finds the right moment, because they are losing out slowly but surely on B. They've already lost Judetsky from there. We are seeing him push out. Zella is in trouble. He goes down. We are seeing the respawns coming in onto, I believe that was Jaquili there. Now they can make their push towards A. Lovely positioning, but will they get this down? Bite Me is holding strong now, and A is not looking so ideal, and they got completely wiped. It was a great read from Dignitas, but they could not make it stick then.
Thing is, with that wipe, it didn't really matter too much at the end for Dignitas because they're still able to hold, maintain control of B. They didn't really lose on anything. We do have Zell actually pushing, does gain control of balcony, picking up 2 quick kills right there. That can actually prove to be extremely useful for him as the game progresses on. Dignitas actually starting to lose over on B here. We do have yoki finally capping over in the hands of Benny. And you see 2 men working towards the south side of the map. Dignitas fully getting these respawns in. Are they going to go for a hit on A? Are they going to go for the push on the B? And I would imagine it'd be the former of those two.
Yeah, Dignitas put down to the more awkward side of this map. No map, no points available there, no flags to cap. They've got a long run up towards that A site. We are seeing Jaquili, and I think Wahlberg were eyeing it up. Nice on nade coming out of Jaquili there, opens that. Keeps pushing on. He's got a good chance to pick up this A side. There's no players back here. They're already trying to challenge out on the cross through that midsection. So this could be a nice little turnaround here if they can make sure they hold another side. But they've given up C. They've been barely able to control that catwalk section with the likes of the constant pushing coming in. Finally, Masu and Jerk are able to lay down some fire. So hopefully Jaquili, Judetsky, and Wahlberg can convert that B side.
I feel like the chance of my burrito is slowly slipping away right now as we see Dignitas drop to 98 tickets right there. But credit to yoki. I mean, they didn't look strong earlier on today when they played in this first best of 3 in the initial match of the day. But right now they're looking like a much better team. And you're seeing Frantic. He's trying to rotate back towards A here in that 2-man squad. And this just seems to be yoki's game plan. Just constantly start rotating around the map. Dignitas haven't been able to get a tri-cap coming in here. But they're going to be able to pull this back here in just a second. But then again, we see Judetsky and we see Jaquili working in towards A. They could stop this cap from happening. This could be a lot of points going for Dignitas. We do see Jaquili open up with the first count of Bite Me. Judetsky working up the other side. Doesn't actually pick up a kill just yet. But they're in a 2-man squad pushing in towards A. It's still being capped over. And in fact, it does get locked over for Dignitas yet again here. So they're able to maintain control of A. They lost control of C, but they're still maintaining that 2-flag cap advantage that they really need.
Yeah, but Jaquili is going big at the moment. This is beautiful play. Picking up Zella there was huge. But now Bite Me has a fairly free reign here to pick up this site and keep it in the hands of yoki. Dignitas once again in a little bit of a pickle here. They left with B, but they're losing out on A, and they lost out on C earlier. yoki constantly are looking for those 2-to-1 holds. They may lose it out for a second, but we are seeing them picking up a little bit more. Look how close these tickets are. 70 to 86. That is unbearably close. But if Hadrian can go big here, I'll be so impressed. He's already picked up one, but maybe the ideal thing to just wait on those respawns. He went in a little bit early then, but he has got 2 players with him now, which could mean this is another site open for yoki.
Wow, Jaquili picking up 2 nice kills there. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out too well for him, but does have the rest of his team respawning towards the backside. They managed to get the cap on a C, picking up 2 kills off that as well. Looks like they're going for the squad wipe here, and they might be able to pick up the tri-cap. In fact, gonna come in here. They're gonna hold this down, but for how long is the real question. You are having respawns coming from the backside of C out of yoki. We have one man there, Masu, to stop this here. If he can pick these 2 kills, I would be so amazed because he'll stop that cap. He'll maintain some points going for his team here, but just gonna play it safe. Gonna wait for the nades. Gonna wait for potential respawns, or maybe just potentially see where they're gonna work off of C.
Yeah, maybe Dignitas just need to set up now. There's a little bit of a cheeky spawn coming in for Zella there. He's in a great position to push up the road, possibly challenge the catwalk if he fancies it. And Bite Me now breaking around the side as well. They're in a good spot here. Bite Me should have a fairly free reign to get in because Zella drew the attention away from that B flag. He's done just that. He's going to be able to cap this one over for now. But whether or not they can hold this one down is a completely different thing. We are seeing Dignitas capping over C. B has been eliminated, and Dignitas are in the driving seat here. They should be able to get the tri-cap, but this is a good spot for yoki to maybe draw one back. But it's getting too little too late here. 37 tickets is not a lot to work with, and yoki have been keeping up until this point, where Dignitas have slowly gone, okay guys, let's stop going for this kind of fluidity play. Let's start locking it down, playing safe and playing smart, and that's what they're doing. yoki are yet to even realize that A is up for grabs here. Dignitas have left it completely. They've been locked just down towards C, and look at the difference in tickets just from the slow reaction from yoki there.
Yeah, it seems like Dignitas just has the read on them every single time. And yeah, we see A finally going over to yoki, but the delayed reaction, just like you said, kind of could have prevented a lot of tickets from being taken away. And Dignitas is just like, all right, well, we're going to cap something. They're going to cap something of ours. We're just going to cap something of theirs back in the meantime, because we're seeing, yoki commit so many resources, so many people to cap over a single flag, that allows Dignitas to push him with 1-2 people and really kind of counter that out.
Wahlberg has literally slipped through 2 people. He finally gets picked up there, but yoki and Hadrian, Zella had literally no idea where these guys were, but still, that doesn't mean that yoki do have the hold here. We do see Jadeski pretty much just playing it safe on that catwalk, getting those respawns in. We are seeing a nice little random spawn coming in for Jerk on that seaside. He could push down the road, go in a bit of a split formation, try and find the challenge now. Masu still doing work on the side. He's the closest man to this, but they are still at that deficit. Finally, they're going to make their way forward, but already we're seeing an aggressive yoki pushing out of A, holding towards that C building. They're looking to challenge immediately. Hadrian and Bite Me both pushing in.
Masu is here all alone at B. Currently does have backup from the roadside, but it's taken down from a couple different directions here. Seeing Dignitas going for like a kind of a pincer move, I want to say, onto B, but I think they've just given up on that. They're going to start pushing towards A, try to cap that one out. And you're seeing Jaquili is making the move forward here. He's going to actually spot Benny right there, picks up the kill onto him, and that might have opened up, but no, a respawn comes in just in time and actually ends up killing him here. And A, not going to be capped over just yet. We're going to see yoki pick up a couple of tickets here to try to take this back, or at least minimize the lead that Dignitas had. Yeah,
and Bite Me now needs to be absolutely vital in this. He's just been taken down as well. Frantic is the only player who can challenge out on the B side and maybe hold back C. yoki are pretty much locked down to just the A side. We're already seeing Masu getting aggressive just to exchange and keep them at arm's length. They can hold this 2-to-1 and they can be safe here. But Dignitas are not playing from afar this time. They're getting aggressive and they're paying for it. Every single death and respawn is a ticket lost. They need to be more careful and they need to make sure they maintain this B side, because already yoki are looking like they want to get this one.
This is not a big lead that Dignitas wanted to come into the second half, and we do see yoki still trying to hold on to B currently. Bite Me, maybe able to get the kill on a Judetsky that does maintain the hold for him for just a little bit longer. Gets the kill on a Wallow as well, so that might have definitely locked down B. At least prevented some more tickets from falling off. They have 5 remaining currently as Hadrian coming in, gets the revive as well, which is going to be huge. It does allow one man to stay alive for a little bit longer and that one extra ticket. And you're seeing them hold steady at this 5 currently. We're seeing Dignitas are just dropping one by one, and this is huge out of yoki.
Yeah, this is big play from them. Every single ticket that ticks away from Dignitas is exactly what they needed. But let's bear in mind, if Dignitas get a good start on the next half, that could be real trouble. With 3 tickets remaining, every death is going to really hurt yoki now. They have to be careful. We are seeing B going back and forth, but Jerk and Co have broken through. 2 tickets now remain. The only man pretty much alive right now is Frantic, so he's going to try and do what he can. He gets the respawn with Benny. That was their last ticket used. So any death, any cap, now which will be the A site, is going to be the final one here. They've worked down what they could, but one ticket left is not enough for these guys to do the damage. 23 ticket though, advantage to Dignitas is not massive.
It's really not considering how that game went for the majority of the time. And we saw yoki constantly going around those back spawns, trying to cap A or C on them consistently. And Dignitas seemed to be ahead of the curve, but it got to that point where I guess yoki changed up their style mid-game right there. And it actually caught Dignitas off guard, and they were able to claw a lot of points back. I mean, you look at the kills, 19 for 15 out of Zella, 16-13, 16-13 by Bite Me and Hadrian. And you saw Frantic and Benny, not the greatest of scores, but we're definitely doing their job, as you can tell by the points they're able to accumulate. And then you see Jakuli 17-11, and no one, in my opinion, really stood out on Dignitas' side that really did earlier on in their matches.
No, and I don't think they necessarily need it on this map. I think they have certain players in very specific places that do very well. You know, they have, Jadeski generally getting quite aggressive. You know, Masu can do the same thing, as can Jaquili. But these guys just, take it in turns to be that aggressive player. They don't have one specific player to do that all the time. You know, you look at Valu or Too Easy, they're generally the player quite aggressive there. But they did well, but they lost that 2-to-1 setup a good couple of times. They were never able to contain yoki when they split for the A. They didn't necessarily contest flat out on B. They may have, C in their hands for yoki. And then rather going for the B site, which may be the more logical or natural progression, they went straight for A. They went for the split around the side. So, interesting stuff from these guys.
I don't really agree, I think, personally, with the tri-caps that we saw Dignitas go for in that, because I feel like a lot of teams don't use this where you can just spawn trap a little bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's really tricky to do, but there's no point going for a tri-cap if you don't really intend on holding it. And when they went for a tri-cap, they would get double cap back by yoki and lose a lot of points that they probably wouldn't have had happen if they just sat with 2.
Yeah, maybe a little bit overconfident or over-aggressive coming out from Dignitas there. But they're a team that can calm down, that can kind of, control their play. I think we're just going to wait on the rest of yoki to get in, so it might be another restart coming through here. Nothing too long, I hope. But yeah, it's not a big deficit. 23 tickets is nothing. That's probably one of the smallest ones we've seen so far today. I think we saw 22 between Dig and Fnatic. But aside from that, this is pretty much as close as you're going to get. We are just waiting for the rest of yoki to join us. But I like yoki's play. It was scrappy, but it worked. They made it really count then towards the end, and that was the important factor to them. Dignitas overreached a little bit. They got sloppy on B, and they negated A, maybe overextending a little bit too much on occasion. But still, we'll see how this one goes. yoki, however, they can go with their heads held high here. That is not a bad thing to try and overcome.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at the first set of games between these two teams as we kicked off the day, Dignitas ended up taking 79 points against them on Parasol Storm, and then 94 on Go Mode Railway. Like, those were just complete stomps. This is a much better scoreline out of yoki that we unfortunately didn't see out of them in that first series, and maybe, playing against Hashtag really kind of woke them up and gave them that opportunity to really warm up for this game, because they really need to win if they want to keep their hopes alive here and get into these offline playoffs March 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, they do need to kind of start challenging, and this is worrying times for Dignitas. As you mentioned, they're the team that should have done better than they did then, I feel. They're the ones who are tipped in this group to be the ones to progress forward, further forward. I can imagine Dogbert sitting there very, very interested in how this one goes, because this is the only chance Dignitas get now. They weren't able to overcome Fnatic, fair enough. But yoki are fighting hard. These guys have already had, the mental thought that, okay, maybe we won't be going to the offline finals. They've already had to fight for this a lot longer than expected. They really have to work now, and maybe that's what it needed. They needed to get riled up a little bit. They needed to get their minds in the right places, and hopefully they can come out on this one fighting. Clearly, them taking their time here is just, getting them mentally prepared. The restart will be coming in, so hopefully we get underway nice and quickly. But, if yoki drop below 23 tickets, they are struggling, because the second map, I feel as though it may work a little bit better in Dignitas' favor, but we'll get to that later.
Well, we should at least mention what the second map is, because that's a pretty big one. Yeah,
Zavod. I feel that's one of Dignitas' strengths when I've seen them on it. I've always been really impressed by the way they play it. It's really, really good. Maybe UMAV can be a little bit more fluid on it, but I like Dignitas' style. It's quite solid. They don't go for that mid-aggressive hold on Zavod as, let's say, UMAV do, but they certainly have their own style, and I think it'll work against yoki. But we'll have to wait and see here, as we are getting ourselves ready to get back into this one. Hopefully yoki decide to join us. Let's see. Yeah. So on the Chinese side, it will be yoki. And for the US side, it's going to be Dignitas. Now, let's bear in mind, if the Chinese side drop below 23 tickets, the first map will go to Dignitas. So that's what these guys are now keeping in mind. This is what they're thinking about. This is the main thing that's kind of, rattling around their brains. Now, do you think we can see that happening? And actually, we've got a boost coming out from yoki, the one that I expected to see maybe from Dignitas when they started here.
Well, we do see that coming. I kind of got lost in there what the question was because I was so entranced by this. But I think you're asking, does yoki have a chance?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think with just the score difference that we saw come in from the first one, I think it's definitely a possibility. And actually, they do get the...
I love that. They didn't spawn in straight away. They waited for the player to be boosted up and then respawned on him. So they had the quicker spawn with the boost. Really smart stuff.
And Dignitas, they don't really care. I mean, they're trading 1-for-1 right there. And maybe they kind of expected this move coming out, but it doesn't matter. In the end, yoki able to cap over B, able to cap over A here in just a second. They do get a nice start to this this second half here. And as I was trying to say earlier, I mean, there's always a chance. I mean, these teams are very well matched, considering even considering the results we had earlier on today. But yoki, I mean, we've always seen them as a team, at least when they were with Kawa. They can really step up. They've shown a lot of improvement, a lot of great games before, and right now I wouldn't be surprised if they can do it again.
Yeah, most certainly. So 2 players now on the A site for yoki. That's Benny picking up that one. Zella going for the counter challenge onto Jadeski. You can see the immediate reaction from Benny now falling back. We're seeing B going back and forward. Hader in there breaking through a touch, but A is the main side they want to keep in their hands. They already have a player by C, that's Bite Me, so they don't need to be worried about that too much. But we are seeing Dignitas now picking up the A site. But can they hold on to it? Can yoki break through here? This is what it comes down to. Who's going to get that set up 2-1 hold? Yeah, at the moment, it looks like Dignitas, because they've kind of hedged their bets. They're going, okay, sod it. We'll get out towards C, then you take B, we'll get AC, and then work towards that B hold. But can yoki break through now?
We're going to find out here momentarily, and we're seeing Hadrian actually work down towards the backside of A, trying to cap that one over, but Jerk, he's not letting that one go just yet. He's staying there. He's committing a lot of time to it. It's working out in their favor currently as Jadeski does get a respawn and does get the revive as well. They do hold that back, and they do get a tri-cap off this as well. And look where the spawns are coming in on yoki. They're kind of sporadic around the map. I think Masu's going to be watching towards C, going to be able to control this. If only Walu stayed alive, they might have been holding it a little bit longer, but Jadeski, he's going to be the line of fire here. He's going to see them all coming around this corner if they do decide to push that way, and he's going to have a turkey shoot coming for him, and they actually are going to be coming in here. Let's see how many kills Jesse can get, if he can get any, as he actually missed the kill on a Frantic, being forced to back away just a little bit and back up. Does get 1 kill, does get taken down, but does let his team know, though, the crucial amount of information they need, that they're pushing straight towards B.
Yeah, indeed. So we are seeing Wahlberg, pretty much the last standing bastion of hope by that B side. He's got some support from Masu, as you mentioned, towards Cowok. Juquili breaking out towards the C side as well. So Dignitas still holding, fairly strong, in this moment. They can convert on C. They should be able to get B. Strange hold, not the ideal one because of that random spawn around the back of that C site. Hadrian has got it at the moment. So let's see if Dignitas can get that tri-cap right now. We are seeing them going for yoki. Have got the A spawn, but still, immediately, Wahlberg getting himself in there. Jadeski and Jerk not far away.
Yeah, they're starting to try to build up a nice lead here. They're definitely showing their dominance on this map, I want to say, because of the multiple tri-caps they've been able to pull off. But as we were saying in that first half as well, it could be one thing that's really a detriment to them. Where they're not able to control after that. But I mean, as we're seeing, I mean, once they got C, they got B, and they realized A was being capped over, everyone pushed up the road. Everyone grouped up towards this line to lock this one down and hold on to it. And right now, I think Dignitas even might be a little bit overextending, overcommitting to this because they're getting taken down here. They still have that nice 40-ticket lead here. Yeah,
but they're maintaining this line through the center of the map pretty much. Wahlberg, Juquili, Masu, and Jerk just holding it back. And if they can deny any respawns further than that, then they are perfect. Then, yoki, they can have A. We will just lock down B, but we're going to have to see if they can hold onto this B side, because right now Masu could be in trouble.
He's looking for the kills. I mean, the flag is being capped over. It looks like it will go yoki's favor. He needs to pick up something here, but he's just waiting for some team to respawn in. He does have only 1 man there to his left, and leave 1 way down to his right to really deal with. The nades do come in. They do pick up the kill. They're going to cap B back over, and I like that smart little bit of a play. He could have went in like a hero like Rambo and died, and maybe that wouldn't have been a cap it over, but he just wait for the back of his team. They get B back, and they might even get A off this as well if Juquili can really get his footwork going.
Yeah, Benny's going fairly unspotted, however, but Juquili will be picked up. I think they spotted out Benny, so that will draw the attention of Masu and Jerk back towards that, because that could have gifted a more forward spawn for maybe some of the yoki members. Ooh. But as you mentioned, as we're seeing right now, Dignitas are firmly holding on, but finally a bit of a break. Jadeski has gone down, Frantic's pushing forward, and they've got a chance to get this B site. But Juquili getting himself in there, getting aggressive, but look at the split from Bite Me. He's going to be the key player here. He could turn this into a 2-1 hold towards yoki.
We do see B being capped over right now by just like I said, working towards that backside. He does have respawns as well. This is getting very dangerous now because yoki's going to have a tri-cap here in just a second. And Dignitas, they need to do something quick about this. Remember, 23 tickets. If we do see the Chinese team, yoki, drop below that point, that means they will have lost that first map and will go on to map number 2, which will be on Zavad. Right now, there's a lot of tickets for them to really pull back here, and they don't really have many to work with.
Yeah, B has gone Dignitas' way. We are seeing Jadesky at A, and, you know, as much as we saw then Yoki breaking through the map, they were so spread out. They kind of spread themselves too thin almost, and they've kind of just been wiped down to just one flag again. The ideal hold is in Dignitas' hands, but Hadrian's got a good position here. He could be in a great spot to get some respawns. He's been found out by the likes of Jaquili, who can now put his attention back towards B with the rest of the Dignitas side, who are just holding on to this one. This is lovely play from Dignitas. Dogbert can be truly proud of how his team are playing this so far. Certainly in control, nowhere near as scrappy as before. And Masu just, you know, creating that crossfire there on towards the catwalk with Jerk. And these guys are just mowing down the opponents. And even when Jadesky is going one-on-one or one-on-two with Zella and Benny at A, he's making it count, and, you know, Masu can come back. And this dominance is Dignitas in their prime.
And even C's being capped over from this as well. Dignitas, they're just not giving up. They're not really making a move at all in terms of letting up from this pressure. And they're almost at the point where they won this first map here. I mean, Jerk going for the cap on C. They see they're getting capped on from the backside. This could be actually very, very dangerous if they do get double or even tri-capped right now. But, I mean, look at the kills. 49 to 25. That's just completely one side in favor of Dignitas. And you have Judesi 14-6. You have Wallow 13-6. You even have a 10-0 Masu, who now actually finally did go down. That is his first death of the game, or of this this half here. 32 tickets remaining. It's going to be very hard for Yoki to come back. They have a chance to do it, but it's pretty much the final push here.
Yeah, this is everything they have now. They need to make this stick. Zella seems to be splitting towards C on his own, which is kind of curious. He's picked up the kill, but he's drawn the attention of Jerk back, who will pick it up. And now Yoki have kind of lost the possibility of a 2-1. They can get B, but wow, we are seeing Benny actually running with a very interesting gun right now. So maybe kind of expecting this one to be over, or maybe this was their legitimate strategy here. They just never quite got the chance to do. But at the moment, the tickets are getting too much. It is too little too late. Yoki have let it slip. He got the kill. But as we mentioned, the points do not lie. 20 tickets is all that remains for Yoki. They've lost out on the first map. Dignitas did not drop below 100 tickets. Beautiful play.
I'm still watching. I want to see if he picks up any more. Oh, no, he misses the shot of Walu. I don't know. It's a little bit of enjoyment for us to see sniper rifles finally used. Oh, he gets a kill right there. That's about 2 for him. Maybe we can see sniper rifles used in the hands of Benny. Probably not. But that will be the first.
Probably not.
But that will be the first map either way. Going over to Dignitas. Great job by them. And that means Zava, they will be going to the map of their choice.
Dangerous.
To secure their spot as a second team going into the offline finals coming up March 1st and 2nd.
Nailing that. Dates, you know, you're getting those dates done.
After Intel Extreme Masters Sao Paulo, I've been nailing quite a few things. Like, I'm just pretty happy with how I've been casting lately.
Just mull that one over, right? You know, did some vicious drop you in it like this, just to let you turn a little bit beetroot red.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Either way, Zavod.
Zavod. Let's talk through Zavod.
Let's start talking about this next map.
Okay, in my eyes, I like Dignitas on this map. Dogbert may not agree. He may not think they've got the best style on it compared to...
Dogbert doesn't like a lot of things.
Dogbert is a beautiful, gorgeous man, but
he's like a flower.
He is. He's like his...
But right now he's in winter. He's not, you know, he's kind of not really shining bright
frosty,
like a diamond.
You know? Rihanna. Cake.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know, sometimes she actually breaks down crying from writing her lyrics.
Cake. That's all I can think about. Like, if you guys know that, damn. But still, Zavod, we can kind of talk about it.
So let's talk about Dignitas. This is one of their most played maps. Actually, they played it 10 times. They won 6 out of the 10 times. They've lost 2 against Authority, Epsilon, UMAB, Meteor Makers. So not really a bad team to really lose against for that.
Okay, so UMAV and AAA. I kind of want to highlight those two while we are waiting for this one to start.
How did you load in before me?
Magic. Against All Authority, really aggressive side, who are very similar to, let's say,
Gamers
Fnatic.
Connection.
I'd say more Fnatic in their game style. They have 2 very key players, so Drunks and... God, there's one other player that I can't remember his name.
They got a back caps at A?
No, it's one of the more aggressive players, but literally, you know, their playstyle is very dependent on 2 players stepping up
I know
really
what
well.
you're talking about.
And when they do that, they dominate.
I can't
so against Authority have their very aggressive style that they're dependent on their very key players, whereas UMAV are just the same, very aggressive, very fluid, and it's very hard for people to play against that, whereas Dignitas a little bit more stable. Raiden. There we go.
There's
so Raiden's the other aggressive player who, if Drunks and Raiden play really well, you can't touch against Authority, as we saw in Cup number 3. Excuse me. But, you know, I don't think Dignitas are not like that on this map, and that's what can kind of be overbearing sometimes, is those aggressive, fluid teams that never let them settle down into the 2-1 holds. They generally like the BC hold, as does most teams. When, you know, teams constantly pressure that and make it hard work, you know, one player can literally pick up 3 of yours, you start to struggle. But I think we are not live.
Not live, but we can go game anyways. You
Yeah,
can watch them do a little bit of warm up. You don't need to see our faces. I mean, they're pretty. Some more than others.
We're not as pretty as Dogbert, though. Like, he's a flower.
Yeah.
Delicate, beautiful,
he's not like
majestic.
He's not one of those nice flowers. He's one of those, like, never mind. I shouldn't go into that. But, you know, if we are in a game. Okay, we're going to be watching that. We're getting the restart on. Dogbert, don't hate me.
I love you, Dogbert. I kind of miss him, right? You know?
I don't.
Whoa.
I don't. Because I don't have any new adjectives to use for him when introducing him.
Did you use majestic?
That is a damn good word.
Yeah.
I should use exotic as well. Because he's like northerner. He's got that really thick accent from England.
Yeah.
And
he's from beyond
exotic.
the wall, you know what I mean?
You never know what happens on the other side of that wall.
Dogbert knows. That's why he drinks so much. He's got a problem. But anyway.
I want to look at chat right now.
No, you don't. It's fine. We're in game. We're just waiting on 2 members from yoki. And as we said, yeah, Dignitas prefer the CB hold, and they're very good at getting locked down towards that. But, you know, with the likes of Drunks and Raiden, when they can do those split pushes, the same with UMAV, if maybe yoki can kind of, you know, embody a little bit of that, there could be danger. But it looks like Bite Me already being called out to go for the A site. So I'll be kind of curious to see where yoki go towards.
I wish I did the cameras. Actually, I did do the cameras before we started this. Yes, I am professional. I am on the ball today. But yes, like you said, yoki on the Russian side, Dignitas over on the US side. And we are seeing Dignitas send one-man Walu. Looks like just to watch down middle, over towards A just a little bit here. And they're not even sending or committing really anyone towards B just yet.
Hadrian is in a fantastic spot right now. He didn't go for the immediate cap on B. He went for more aggressive mid from B to C. So he's got his team in a perfect place now. If he wins this one-on-one, he doesn't. He loses out to Jaquili, but he could have got a fantastic spot there. And already we are seeing that 2-to-1 hold being ruined by Dignitas. They are going to be picking up A. They're looking like they want to go towards B as well, leaving C in their hands, maybe put Masu back in a more defensive posture. Smart play so far, but they're going to have to lock down 2 of these sites because they can't defend these.
It looks like they're actually getting a little bit of fire over towards A. We do have one-man yoki pushing in here. They actually have 2. They're maybe committing a little bit too much here, as they do have 3 men now here. But Dignitas actually getting some backup. Going to get taken down here. At least 1 man going down. And yoki able to get this cap back over to A in the meantime. And all this is happening over at C. Nothing. No action.
Huge exchange on B, however. I believe it was between Wahlberg and Bite Me. If one of those players got the kill rather than the other, rather than the exchange, there would have been the 2-to-1, at least into Dignitas' favor. But we are seeing a good spawn coming in for yoki here. Bite Me and Zella can challenge and defend at the same time if they want to, but they may be overrun pretty damn soon with Jerk splitting across and Jaquili. They need to stop maybe focusing out this A side because they're not getting in here. They're losing out to the likes of Frantic and Benny and focus back on towards B. But Jerk is doing a great job now. But can they get that BC hold? They need to start extending the lead in tickets because they're losing out on them right now.
Oh, they're going to get B here. Might they pick... no, I was about to say, might they be able to pick up A off of this as Jaquili did go down here. They do hold B. They do hold C. And I want to see how they're going to hold onto this push that's coming out of yoki, because you see 3 men working towards outside, working towards C for the backside. And Masu, he's there to defend against it. He picks up one. He's sitting inside of the tank. Gets taken down. Unfortunately, can't pick up the next 2 here. It does let the rest of Dignitas know that, hey, guys, there's 2 more coming. We need to do something about this. We need to hold on to this push. And if we hold on to it, we're going to get a nice little bit of a ticket lead. And we do see Jerk picking up 2 kills right there. Fantastic job by him. Does get completely blown up in the end like a ragdoll. But it allows Dignitas to hold on to C. And they keep that cap.
For now, at least, there's still 3 players ready and willing to take it. We're seeing the counter cap from Masu coming out. They've lost hold of the BC, which is the ideal setup here. So already we are seeing the yoki side looking towards the B side. And the respawns from Dignitas need to look at this one right now.
I don't know why I even had that free cam under there, but right now we're seeing Dignitas go for that push on the B. So they will be locked down with a kill on a Hadrian, but we do have Benny there to defend against it. He is capping it for his side right now, but how long is he really going to stay alive? He knows someone's there. He isn't getting any... Actually, he does have a respawn on top of him, so they're going to have this 2-to-1 advantage here. And Jaquili's like the last man standing over towards B. He's going to get taken down here. What is this gun?
It's like a P90.
It is a FAMAS.
It's a FAMAS. Oh,
I was not happy with the FAMAS, though. Because of the burst fire, you can't one-shot someone.
Well, we'll see if it comes through for Benny there as the exchange does go down. We are seeing yoki having the more dominant side towards B for now, but the respawn's going for Dignitas certainly could challenge that, and they need to make it happen. Dignitas are looking fairly sloppy at the moment. I hate to say it, but they are not winning the exchanges. Finally getting the BC hold, and they're sending already Jadeski to get aggressive, maybe trying to adopt a UMAV against our authority style here and get aggressive. The fire coming in from Jadeski there with that FAMAS is absolutely unbelievable. It's literally, no, he's going for the CZ3A1. So really curious choices. Literally,
he used that on Parasol Storm as well,
too. Yeah, he did indeed. So maybe enjoying that kind of fast, firing rate that this obviously has. And they are getting good respawns in there, still, holding down B and C. But can they withhold the absolute flood of yoki now pouring in towards the side? They're finally staying alive. Judeski does get the damage done. They've just about held on here, picking up 4 members of yoki. Is now just Hadrian is alive here, and he's got to wait on those respawns. He can't do anything but challenge once he gets those players up onto it.
And right now, this is actually a relatively close game considering how it kind of started out. It seems like Dignitas have had the complete strong point of this game. I mean, they're only up about 8 tickets right now. They have a slight kill lead, but this shows that yoki's been just picking up the kills left and right, trying to contest it here. A is being capped over for yoki right now, so they will be able to get 1 cap back in the meantime. But Masu, he's the last man standing up towards B. He's going to spot 2 of them. He actually spots all 3 of them. Going to smartly back away, wait for some respawns, or wait for someone to come help him out, because they realize if they can hold on to B here, they can pick up quite a few kills, get quite a few tickets for themselves, and start pushing in here around. Actually, so I wonder if he's around the backside. He's going to go straight over the tanks. There's 1 man there to stop him. And he does know the flag is being capped over. He's able to hold on to it right now. We do have the rest of Dignitas actually close in on B. He's going to get taken down here. But that means that yoki has to commit so many resources to hold on to this B side, and that should allow A to be capped over by Dignitas.
Yeah, just about. And this is brave play from Dignitas. So they're leaving C completely unmanned. They've lost out on the A, and they've got an awful spawn. This could mean C is up for grabs here. Dignitas need to get this A site as pretty much your last kind of chance saloon. And they made a risky play. It didn't necessarily pay off. They finally got the kills in towards the B side, but already Zella just looking towards C going, I know how many of you guys were just, over by B and A. We'll just get C then, and then we'll work back towards A if we have to. But they've got a much better position now. Dignitas are playing a little bit fast and loose, and it's not necessarily the cleanest game from them.
I do like what they did, though, with their strategy. I think they kind of realized that they committed a lot of resources to A and to B at the same time. They had no one at C, like you pointed out. I think they're like really realized, like, guys, we should probably just hit A and C for now, then rotate over, work for something a little bit different later on. Because what they did was, if you look on the overview map, they reverse yoki spawns towards A. They forced 4 or 5 people to work towards that. They finally get the cap back, and they have the 2-1. But now they have control of C and B again. They're in positions they want to be in.
Yeah, Walu and Judeski are in a little bit of trouble, though. We've got Frantic pushing across and Hadrian. The respawns are coming in for Dig, though, so they should be able to hold on to this. But Frantic still looking a way through from that lower section. Going to be trying to find a way in, nading out. And if they can, maybe break through here, they're in a good spot right now. Zella already on the flag, and now just Walu standing. He's been taken down. The respawns have been swatted back. And this looks like it's yoki's.
Yeah, they got C back here. We're going to have Jaquili pushing straight towards A. Try to lock that one down. Looks like he should be able to hold on to it, but they're getting respawns to the backside from yoki. Again, this might be a little bit of an overcommitment. If Dignitas can hold on to this, which they've been able to do so far, then they just got a lot of resources out of the hands of yoki. And right now they have the 85 to 45 ticket lead, 40 tickets for themselves, and they're starting to pull ahead finally in the kills. 9 ahead currently against yoki, and they do have C. Actually, are they going to lose on C? C will be capped over for Dignitas. They will have a tri-cap here for just a little bit. And you see the 2 men of Dignitas able to hold on to the kills at A, actually able to hold them off the flag for just a little bit longer. And you're seeing every time they pick up at least 1 kill, or every second they're delaying them off this, they're getting so many more tickets.
Yeah, but look at Zeller as well. He's got the chance to really do some damage. Probably going to wait for a second on B, wait for some respawns onto himself, and then head over towards C if possible. We are seeing him do just that, but already Dignitas keeping that in mind. They had that trip cap, they got A, but they knew they were going to lose out on B when they didn't find Zeller there. So already on the cross, we are seeing the likes of Jerk really hammering it down, playing quite aggressive. And this is a fairly new style for Dignitas in my eyes. They're not playing it the Fnatic passive way. They're playing like UMAV. They're playing AAA style. They get in their faces, and at the moment, it's paying off 82 to 16. This is a good game from Dignitas.
I feel like they're just beating them with flat-out aggression, like you're saying. They're not playing strategy-wise. They're just playing that we'll outshoot you and kill you kind of strategy, and it's working out well for them. 81 to 14 now. They do have B. They do have C. They've been able to maintain hold of these 2 for quite a long time, and how they transitioned out of it, which we'll talk about in just a little bit later, is such a fantastic idea, and it works out really well for them. You look at the kills: 12-10, 12-8, 12-8, 12-8, 14-7. I think I said one too many 12-8s, and 12-7 right there. It's just they are outgunning them, and they are just kind of out-strategizing them at the same time, even though the strategy is really not unique.
No, it's certainly not unique, but they're making it count, they're making it hurt. Now, every single kill is pretty much coming into effect. We're seeing 79
that is a lot.
Tickets in the hands now of Dignitas in the advantage. That's huge, to be fair. And I do want to say, Judeski on Wahlberg playing beautifully then. They may not be reflected, I'm not sure, on the scoreboard just yet, but the way they were playing then, they were being the aggressive players. They were doing the drunks, they were doing the Raiden style. Literally before, I always felt, maybe I'm wrong here, but I felt Dignitas played a little bit more passive. They played the flag game. They played, all right,
they like
let's
to
get
dig in deep.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I remember from them. They played it quite passive. They dug in deep, but maybe, losing out to the likes of UMAV against All Authority, people like that, has made them go, okay, so what works for these guys? They watch the games back, and that aggressive mid-hold that we've seen UMAV do, that we've seen these guys pull out from the other teams, has kind of gone, actually, we can do that. As long as we get our respawns in, then perfect. So I'm looking forward to see what they can do. There was a little bit of sloppiness towards the start, clearly from not playing it as much. That style's not as natural to them just yet. But towards the end, then, they looked really dominant. If they can, maybe work out a little bit more, of making sure that one player like Zella didn't get that spawn down towards B, for example, then they'd be really dangerous.
One thing I really liked that Dignitas did, I pointed out a little bit earlier on, was the fact that they had C and B.
Yep.
Then they were getting capped on C, so they said, all right, forget it. We'll push them towards A. We'll cap that over. And once that happened, somehow they reversed the spawns, or they got yoki to overcommit again and actually push too many men towards A, towards the backside. I think it was spawns.
Yes.
And then from that, they just went back to B and C. Like, they read exactly what yoki was going to do, used it against them, and just completely were able to maintain the flags that they wanted. And right now, 79 tickets is a magic number. If yoki drops below that, Dignitas will have secured themselves the spot as the second team coming into these offline finals.
Yeah, and yoki are on the US side, so make sure you watch your right side of your screens. If they drop below 79, they're out of this one.
Yeah, and it's really tough too, because yoki they played phenomenally well throughout all the cups. They did a great job, and it's really kind of disappointing to have that happen where they lose out on such a big man like Kawa, who went over to Eyeballers, and especially at this kind of time, it really kind of sucks for them. But this is their time to shine. If they want to pull a big upset, they can do it right now, and they got those 79 tickets to work with.
Let's see what style they're going for here. They're going for an interesting one. They're not going for the flat-out exchange on B. They're sending 3 players quite slowly, putting Zella into mid. So he's going for the immediate challenge, going to lose out to Masu, but Hadrian looking like he wants to pick up where his teammate left off, leaving the 2 players, Bitey and Benny, to pick up the B flag as well. This is a good start from yoki if they can make this stick. However, Jadeski has something different in mind. B is going Dignitas' way, and Dignitas aren't just happy with that. They want C as well.
Why not? I mean, you have the hands of Master right there, was able to push through, get those 2 early kills, able to shut down yoki from pushing down to middle. They do get stopped at C, but not before capping B. And in the meantime, they're actually losing over on A. They didn't even really lock that one down. They got flanked from the backside. We're going to have yoki pick up a 2 cap here, luckily for them. And in the meantime, A's being capped over instantly by 2-man squad out of Dignitas. And this is one thing that Dignitas, I think, has done really well throughout the night, is not overcommitting the amount of people they need to take a flag back. And every time they do send, a certain amount of men there, it's always enough to take it. Like, they always pick up the kills, they always grab it back, as they're able to do right here, and they're able to get that 2 cap advantage again. Well,
let's see if they can pick up the C side. We know that is one of the more important ones here, and they've really, excuse me, my voice is dying. They've really invested into this. So hopefully Dignitas can pick that one up. They are immediately going for the trip cap. They're not happy with 2. They want 3. They're going to get 3. But can they now make sure they're maintaining where the opposition is spawning from? They're losing out on B. They're losing out on A. They have to focus themselves to one of these sides.
And we see yoki, they just went for a hit on A and B at the exact same time. Jerk is going to be coming from the backside here. He's going to actually spot both of them out. But he's taking his time. He's playing this one very slowly, very methodical. And he actually gets one on the backside right there. I think that was Frantic. And he does lock down the second one. Just see where Bitmia is. Going to be able to pick up the kill here. Is he going to get it? Well, either way, they're going to get the cap nonetheless from it. And they're going to get a tri-cap back yet again here, no matter how long it lasts. And we're going to have Benny finally cap A back over. But look at the tickets. They already have a 30-ticket lead right now. And remember, 79 is that number. And it's getting ever closer for yoki. Their demise of this EMS1 season is coming to a close here with just every ticket that comes off their score. Yeah,
and Dignitas have got the ideal setup now. They've got B, they've got C. They can just sit back and just lock them in here. As long as they win the one-on-ones, which they can get better set up for, they should be good, and they don't overextend. Walu can just enjoy this, roam around mid, get the aggressive kills, leave maybe Jerk to get pushing around the back of A. You've got to be careful. Players like Hadrian are breaking through, and only Jaquili is now defending C. This is a big play from yoki. They could do some damage here, but they've got to do it now, because 98 tickets is not a lot.
And they just lost out on 3 men right there in the hands of Walu. Frantic able to pull one back, though. Gets taken out immediately by Marsu. Sorry, I think it was Masu that actually picked up those 3 kills. It's now 7-3, and they're just going ham all over each one of these sites. They're going to get a 2 cap over at A and B here, and looking for a cap on a C right now as they keep flooding more and more men. And yoki able to hold on to it, looks like, and they're going to get the kills they need. They're going to be able to cap over to C. But in the meantime, actually, they do have a cap on A as well. Sorry. So they're going to be able to get C and A. But B is still yet to be capped, and Dignitas, they don't have the greatest of spawns right now.
No, Dignitas kind of negated the idea that someone could split through mid. Like, we saw Hadrian being the player to roam underneath, and that just caught them out completely and utterly. And Dignitas, they overextended, they got a little bit too aggressive, And they have maintained B for now, at least leaving yoki to play defensive, looking to pick up A. And let's bear in mind, those tickets are getting very low for yoki now. They're going to desperation measures because they need to. They need to get these 2-to-1 cats. They cannot die, and they need to get set up. Every single kill and respawn is going to hurt them. And we already see, players like Frantic going for that solo split out towards B. He could be in trouble. yoki will know he's there, and that's going to be an easy pickup for that man. So Dignitas know what they're up against, but they need to get their hands on one of these sites.
I mean, I think they realize that, guys, we're like pretty much one flat cap away from locking this one down, and you have to imagine that yoki, they can't really afford to go in as 5 and just kind of die. They need to be able to stay alive as long as possible, and you get those revives right now, and we're seeing Dignitas fall down on their attack on C.
Yeah, Frantic then holding on was huge. If he just lost that one-on-one there with, I think it was Walberg, sorry, excuse me, that would mean game over almost. So Dignitas now kind of putting everything they have in towards pushing A, it seems, but maybe overextending a touch.
C's wide open.
C is wide open. We're seeing Jadeski realize this. He's going to be pushing in, looking to pick this one up. Finally, the respawns for yoki are coming in, but this could be too little too late. They're hedging their bets. These guys are almost out of this one. 79 tickets is that magic number. If the US team drop below it, which they're going to at this rate, 2-to-1 hold in favor of Dignitas. This C exchange is huge. 79 tickets is the number. There we go. Dignitas, they will be joining Fnatic in the offline finals from Group A. Fantastic play from these guys. yoki, they gave it everything, but that one little slip, that one little moment they left C open, Dignitas pounced.
I think one thing that we include from tonight's games for yoki is that Kawa was really a big man in their team.
Yes.
He really was, because yoki hasn't looked as strong as they did in the prior cups, and this makes you wonder. Eyeballers haven't had the greatest of showing in any of these cups. And they're actually in Group D, if I'm not mistaken. Are Eyeballers going to be insanely better now with him on the team? Because if you imagine how far yoki has fallen without him,
yep.
And if Eyeballers go up that much, I really wonder how good they're going to be. And I wonder if they have a chance in Group D, which actually, if you can take a look, they have up against Gamers Connection, Planet Key Dynamics, Eyeballers, Epsilon. That's going to be, there's a possibility for any of those 3 teams to pick up that second place.
That's the interesting thing. I think Epsilon is a fairly safe bet, as we're Fnatic for this.
Yep.
But as you mentioned, those other 3 teams, depending on the day, certainly could turn up. And I'm very interested to see how Koa is doing there. Obviously, new lineup, new team, very different feel to it. Obviously, in a Swedish lineup now, so maybe feeling a little bit more at home. But we'll have to see, because right now in Group A, Fnatic and Dignitas have qualified. Sadly, yoki and #free not quite able to make it. yoki did the best they could, but in the end, they stumbled and fell to Dignitas, who picked up in a fantastic showing on Zavod. But with all that in mind, we do have to get back to the fact of the matter that Group B is coming up, and it is tomorrow. We'll be seeing Against All Authority, the French powerhouses, taking on Exaco, ESC, and Team Pyrogen. So some really good games, certainly able to be watched, as you can see on your screens right now. Group B is the one that you need to kind of think, about who you think's going to be coming out of that one, because
I don't even know who I would say is first.
I'd say Against All Authority because of their recent performances.
Yeah, I want to say them because of that, but I know ESC can perform. I mean, they did exceptionally well in, I think it was cut number 3. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were one of the first teams. No, that was UMAB. I think they were one of the first 3 teams to actually get into the semifinals as one of the A Series teams. So it's a fantastic job by them. I mean, Pyrogen as well. I mean, ESC and Pyrogen go back and forth so many times throughout all of these cups right now, and I really can't pick a team to be guaranteed first. If anything, I can say that in my mind, it's Against Authority, ESC, and Pyrogen. Exaco hasn't really done much for me in my eyes.
They've been keeping up. They've been picking up maps every now and then, but I don't think they've been picking up the games as much. But certainly a very hard group to predict what's going to happen there. Against All Authority, I'm going to go for as the first team to qualify through a very similar route of Fnatic. Just because of how they were playing the last 2 cups has been absolutely on point. Really have been at the very top of their game. But if the likes of Dignitas are already seeing their style and maybe adapting a little bit to it, how many teams are already anti-stratting that? And how many teams are already working that one out? Certainly going to be something to look towards. Team Pyrogen, we saw them being phenomenal at times, but hit and miss. The same with ESC and Exaco. So it's very hard to predict these. But guys, if you think that you maybe have a good chance to get your predictions through, make sure you tweet at us if I can actually speak English, because I do love hearing what the community feels like, and how they're kind of seeing the scene grow, because we have this very much hindsight is 2020 approach where it's like, yeah, we always knew that Dignitas and Fnatic were going to be.
We did call that though.
Yeah, we did, but it's when we get to the next groups, it's going to be a little bit harder. Like, I'm just going to stick to this one as my best record so far.
There's one thing we actually keep in mind. You mentioned earlier on the show, Mayek's no longer on Epsilon. I mean, he's on the team. He's benched because he's not old enough to play in the offline finals.
But they're keeping
I wonder
up.
how it can affect them.
Yeah, indeed. There's a lot of interesting factors coming into play, so make sure you get your tweets through to us with your predictions of who will be joining the likes of Dignitas and Fnatic in the offline finals. Not too far away. Obviously, for myself, tweet at They Call Me Pansy, and at him is JCapLan.
Thanks.
And obviously do these as well. The producer's pointing. You can tweet at them if you want to. You don't have to. We appreciate it more. They won't tweet back at you. We will. So just sell
Rude.
them.
Wow.
What?
That's harsh. I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. I'm just like, I mean, I might tweet back.
What, have I put you on the line too much?
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not,
Oh,
I don't want to
Big Guy
commit to
Twitter.
something that I'm sure I can or cannot do.
The other Jason Kaplan is much cooler.
His name's not Jason Kaplan.
It's like
James
Kaplan.
Yeah.
He's much cooler than you.
He does have like 120,000 Twitter followers.
He's beating you on that front.
Yeah, he is.
Ouch. Anyway, guys, away from our Twitters and away from all that nonsense, we have seen the fact that Fnatic and Dignitas will be in the offline finals, but now we need to find out who will be joining them in the next couple of days. You'll be finding out as well as we will be, so make sure you follow this Twitch channel, make sure you follow all the Twitters, and make sure you head over to the battlefield-ems1.com site and check out all the rankings, all the VODs, and all the brackets for yourselves. So guys, hopefully see you tomorrow.